Hello and congratulations to the class of 2021 for making it this far. I am extremely honored to be here, and to be honest, I stand a little amazed that I am the one giving this speech today. You see, I wasn't exactly the best student in high school. Sports, Taco Bell, Netflix, and more Taco Bell wasn't a great recipe for good grades. In fact, upon telling my high school friends and even family about this honor, I received a lot of disbelief and audible laughter. Although I can't say I blame them, these reactions caused me to reflect upon how I got here. And I came to UVU excited for a new beginning academically, and as much as I would like to claim that I studied harder than everyone in my classes, that wasn't the case. I did try my best and I did work hard, but I also turned in my fair share of assignments 1 minute before that dreaded 11:59 p.m. Canvas deadline. Looking back, I've realized that I was able to achieve success because of the connections and relationships I created during my time in college. Let me paint a picture of what I mean. In one of my first semesters at UVU, I took college algebra. Every day, I would walk into class feeling happy, healthy, and excited to take on the day. But then I would walk out of class feeling battered, bruised, and beaten down by some new math concept that I was convinced was created only to inflict pain and misery on my overall well-being. Now, that might sound a little dramatic, but too often in the middle of my professor's lecture, I would think to myself, what on earth is she talking about? At first, this was daunting. However, while looking around the room, I saw that others had the same confused look on their faces. I was not alone. After introducing myself as a fellow lost classmate, we teamed up in study groups and suddenly our fortune had changed. We began receiving higher test scores, sharing triumphant fist pumps and righteous high fives as we eventually conquered our first college math course. Reflecting on this taught me 3 important lessons. 1, if you look around, you'll realize you are not alone. 2, help is always available. And 3, the best way to succeed in life and overcome challenges is by doing so together. Now consider my experience as it relates to the analogy of a chain. At first, I was a single chain link being pulled in 2 different directions, one direction being the conflict or college algebra, and the other being my goal or earning a good grade. I would be pulled apart and broken if I remained a single chain link. However, as I made connections or links with my other classmates, we together created an unbreakable bond, which was able to withstand the pull of both the conflict and reaching our goal. In our first COVID-19 semester, I was worried, like many, about learning in this new environment. I took a statistics class with Professor Eric Heine, who, like all of our heroic professors, had to adjust to a new online format. Before our exams, Professor Heine offered an open Microsoft Teams meeting for students to ask questions. At the first meeting, to my surprise, I was the only one who joined. This gave me the opportunity to talk to Professor Heine about a possible career in statistics. He shared his journey through the program, his work experience, and advice. This conversation inspired me to choose statistics as my major. Even in the heat of the pandemic, I was still able to connect another strong link that would help me reach my goal and ultimately shape the direction of my life. Just because we have been encouraged to be physically distant from one another does not mean we have to be socially distant. The world has adapted and changed in order to provide opportunities to form new links through the use of technology. This might be more difficult than what we are used to, but help is still available, and we are not alone. If you feel like this pandemic has left you battered, beaten down, and bruised, look around you. You'll notice that there are people that feel exactly as you do. And if we choose to work together, we too can successfully pass this test of life. So to the class of 2021, if you want to overcome conflict and achieve your goals, my advice is to build and fortify your chain. Seek help, find help, and give help. Create new relationships and invest in the ones you already have. Someday we will look back and recognize that it is not our achievements that matter the most, but the people we shared them with. Thank you.